The floodwater continues to rise here in the metro. I'll show you some of the homes now surrounded by that water.
Water rescues ongoing throughout the day.
I kept dipping my fingers in there for a while to see if it was rising up.
A little boy talks to me about how he was rescued.
The major tornado threat might be over for now. The new threat moving in tomorrow.
Live, local, late breaking. This is KOCO 5 News at 6.
Oklahoma devastated by flooding tonight. Sky 5 flying live over Guthrie right now. Thanks for being here. I'm Jessica Shambach.
I'm Evan Onstop. We're going to get to Sky 5 in a few moments to talk about that flooding. But right now, let's get to our co-anchor, Abigail Ogle, in the field in El Reno tonight. And Abby, everywhere you look, there's water.
Jess, Evan, yeah, you can say that again. I mean, just look. It's like rushing over my feet. Tons of water, not going anywhere. I don't know if you can hear it, but it sounds like rapids. And this water, too, by the way, very, very cold. Very dangerous, too, for people living. Look at this house here. These people have been stuck in their house since yesterday. I just spoke to the son. He came to check on his mother and 97-year-old grandmother. Thankfully, they're okay. They're okay because they stayed inside, but we know a lot of people didn't. Drivers getting out, driving into these floodwaters. And this, this puts the lives of first responders at risk who have to get out there and help these people. I want to show you just a few of these dangerous situations that happened today. You are seeing 6 caught by our cameras, and many of them were here in El Reno where we are tonight. We talked to the El Reno Fire Department. They tell us at one time there were 43 water rescues. The Oklahoma City Fire Department says they might have worked 22 rescue calls all since midnight. Also, Sky 5 has been up showing you these images and tracking this flooding. I want to send it up to Sky 5 pilot Chase Rutledge. Chase, I believe you were in the Guthrie, Logan County area. I was actually live there just a couple of weeks ago covering the flooding at the Cimarron River. So these guys have already been slammed and now they're dealing with this too. What's going on there?
Yeah, I can tell you what, Abigail, we were up here this morning briefly, and what you're seeing right now, none of this was underwater. So all of this has happened just in the past few hours, and Highway 33 that runs through Guthrie from east side to west side, it's closed down. It's impassable. And I want to show you this. Off to the east of us here, there's a nursery here in Guthrie. It's completely underwater. So there's going to be another recovery effort here in the Guthrie area, and I can tell you they've already shut down Highway 77. That's what you were covering a couple of weeks ago. The floodwaters are over Highway 77, so they've shut it down. That's another impact to the people here in Guthrie. Reporting live from Sky 5, I'm Chase Rutledge. Back to you.
Sky 5 pilot Chase Rutledge, thank you. Quickly, this is how they're having to travel here in Canadian County. Look at this. This is the son I was telling you about who drove his tractor to check on his mother and grandmother. Yeah, it takes some big wheels to go through. There he goes. They're staying safe. Woo! Also, he gave me an update too on his cattle and his horses. We'll tell you about that in just a second. But also, the only other people who should be getting out in this are those first responders, people who need their help. KOCO's Jason Hackett spoke to some of those rescuers who were out today saving lives.
Well, this is what residents here in El Reno had to deal with today. Floodwaters surrounding their homes, leaving them trapped inside. Luckily, first responders were there to help. A grandmother forever grateful.
It's scary. Scary, especially when you got grandbabies.
And a group of first responders forever humble.
We don't look for any praise of it, and the reward is being able to help somebody.
Rising waters creating this urgent situation in El Reno. We were there by air in Sky 5 and by ground as crews attempted the daring rescue. Tammy and her family surrounded by water, waiting, hoping, and praying.
When are they gonna get here? You hear the choppers and you're like, come on.
When they saw you arrive at their front door, what did they say to you?
Oh, they're pretty excited. And then they had the TV on, so you look over and you see yourself. So they were watching you guys watch us.
They don't consider themselves heroes, but they were certainly there to save the day. In El Reno, Jason Hackett, KOCO 5 News.
A big thank you to all of the first responders today. We'll get back out live to Abby in El Reno, and this is what she has been seeing out there. Homes. I mean, look at all of the water around this home. Again, this was in El Reno as well.
These images obviously coming from Sky 5, flying over that scene this morning. And in many cases, we're told that the river levels are going to get worse before they get better. And that high water really threatened people in Deer Creek as well. Sky 5 flying above this near Northwest 178th and Council.
Well, a 9-year-old boy and his dad had to be rescued only on 5. KOCO's Christine Stanwood was on the ground and spoke to that little boy and his father, who were helped out by first responders.
Thankfully, 9-year-old Gabriel was okay, but still a scary morning for him and his family.
It was like scary.
The engine shut down and we were stranded.
The Sanchez family happy to have their feet on dry ground.
Are you okay? Have you ever been through anything like that before?
No.
Rushing water.
We saw some vehicles go through, and when we went through, the waters got really high and submerged my vehicle.
Filling up their vehicle.
It just happened so quickly, it was like too late.
Did you see any water?
A lot.
They called 911.
I kept like dipping my fingers in there for a while to see if it was like rising up.
Thankfully, Gabriel Jr. was prepared.
Do you know how to swim?
Yes, I know how to doggy paddle.
The Sanchez family now dealing with a totaled car.
You feel okay now? Yeah.
Thankful for those who saved him.
They said we were going to be safe.
Do you feel safe?
Yes.
Now he just needs some dry shoes.
We just want to say thank you to them and everybody that helped to get us back home safely.
In Oklahoma County,
thank you.
Christine Stanwood, KOCO 5 News.
Glad they're okay. The Oklahoma County Sheriff's Office also sharing some flooding pictures. Some of these roads are near where that family was rescued. Roads in that area closed tonight. And if you'd like to see the list of metro roads that are closed because of flooding, download the KOCO mobile news app. It's a free app, and we have that information for you there.
Live, local, late breaking. This is KOCO 5 News at 6 with Marky Martin, Maggie Carlo, and meteorologist Shelby Hayes.
Happening today, teachers are heading back to the state capitol. And today marks the second day of this historic walkout. Tens of thousands of educators look at these shots from Sky 5. You know, parents joined as well, community members. They flooded the Capitol on Monday. Just unbelievable video that Sky 5 captured. Dozens of districts closed again today as teachers march. And with kids out of school, working parents need help with childcare. Many churches and organizations showing their support by doing what they can to take care of those kids.
So Henderson Hills Baptist Church is one of those opening its doors. Volunteers say not all of those kids that showed up on Monday were church members. They say that speaks to the need for childcare during this walkout, and parents say they're just thankful to all of those organizations for their help.
It was such a blessing to have a place to bring them that I knew I could trust, a place that was safe, and just give them support and care while I could go take care of them up at the Capitol.
Many of those camps still have room open for those heading to the Capitol or for those who need a place for their kids to go while they're at work. We will have crews out at the Capitol following the progress of this continuing story. They're already there now. We'll check back in with our crews, Alex and Russell, in just a few minutes. But we do want to make sure first that you have that KOCO mobile news app, because it has a full list of resources available to parents like the one that we just mentioned.
You're watching KOCO 5. Breaking news is happening now.
We are following a lot of breaking news. We're about to get to it, but first have to say good morning to Oklahoma. It is 6:30 on your Friday. I'm Marky Martin.
And I'm Maggie Carlo. We are covering several breaking news stories this morning. We have a shooting on the southwest side. That is where KOCO's Russell Jones is, and the state capitol, where the teacher walkout is officially over. We're also tracking thunderstorms and, of course, the wildfires raging in western Oklahoma. Let's get over right now to meteorologist Shelby Hayes. Shelby, this is a historic day, a historic fire danger day, something we haven't seen the likes of.
No, something you don't want to hear. We talk about fire danger a lot. We've talked about it a lot this week.
Shelby, just in overnight, if you live in this area that is burning, a traffic alert for you. Highway 60 is closed near the town of Visai all the way over to Highway 183. Just keep this in mind. This is because of those wildfires.
Look at that. Oh my goodness.
And you just saw the live streams from Shane and Buck, the wildfires going on right now. This, and you just heard field meteorologist Michael Armstrong, this was on Thursday, and you just see, you know, these silhouettes of, there were some deer standing in front of the flames, some other kind of livestock. Overnight, the town of Mutual was actually evacuated. There are shelters being set up in northwest Oklahoma for those that have had to leave their homes.
The latest update from the Oklahoma Forestry Services says more than 100,000 acres have burned. That number only going up from here. 135,000 is the latest that we have heard. We can tell you there's one person missing right now. 4 men went hunting in the Lenora area. One of those men now missing. Right now, crews still out searching for him. Officials sent out a helicopter with infrared capabilities to search for him overnight. So once we get any sort of update, we'll relay that to you here on air.
And want to show you this video. Look at these flames. I mean, just burning there to the left-hand side of your screen. This was actually in Guthrie, so way far, south and east of where our guys are this morning. But Sky 5 was flying over the scene when some trees went up in flames. This was near Anderson Road and Forest Hills Road. And then right across the street from that fire, there were some horses that were panicking. As that smoke came back towards them, you kind of see them running around in their corral. They're clearly bothered by that smoke and that, what could have been imminent fire coming their way. The folks there on that ranch then brought in some trailers, loaded up some of the livestock there, kind of got them out of that area. As again, that smoke was blowing, and certainly, the animals know. They know something is way wrong.
And a lot of them, too, have been blinded by this. And lots of farmers, ranchers have lost head of cattle. This was late last night. This was after 11 o'clock. And this is what we're talking about here. Meteorologist Michael Armstrong,
step out of the way,
in First Alert Storm Command out near Mutual. And don't you want to just cut down that fence and just, help out those cows? The cows right there, those flames out in the distance. And, they also know something's up. They're trying to get as far away from those flames as possible. Michael tells us the fire likely didn't reach these cows, but in other places, livestock not so lucky.
And he talked to a rancher who said that he lost at least 50 head of cattle. And, we want to let you know that later this morning, the Oklahoma Forestry Service, they're meeting at 9 o'clock, kind of get everybody together, give us the very latest information. We're told today going to be much worse than Thursday. And of course, we saw what happened on Thursday. And like Shelby said, winds are not going anywhere over the weekend. Of course, we'll be there at 9 a.m. and bring you the very latest. We will stay out there as long as these fires are burning. This picture was sent to us on Facebook showing this smoke that filled the skies in Enid. We want to thank Becky for sending us this picture. If you have pictures and can safely take a picture, send them to the KOCO Mobile News app, or you can always send them to us on Facebook and Twitter. Gives us a little extra perspective of where you are, what you are seeing.